Hey, what's going on? This is Reagan, and I wanted to make this super quick testimonial video for Cohnan. Before I joined his program, I was a little bit skeptical about a few things, and I was also struggling with a few things myself.
This is Reagan. Busy career, no time for two-a-days, and no obsession with chicken and broccoli. And yet, he lost 15 pounds of fat. No cardio, no starvation, just strategy. This is exactly what we did to rebuild Reagan's identity from the ground up.
I'd been in the same cycle of losing and gaining the same 10 pounds for about 4 months, which was really annoying. I'm already somewhat lean as it is, but I just wanted to lose that last layer of body fat, and I couldn't just really do it. I was kind of restricting myself, but that didn't really help.
I coach career-driven men in their 30s and 40s who want to reclaim their edge. Guys who've let their health slip, gained 30 to 50 pounds, and have no idea where to start. And my client Reagan was one of them.
And that's what I was actually a little bit skeptical about. Like, is Cohnan, help me lose weight, but I'm not gonna be able to enjoy any of the foods that I like cheeseburgers, pizza, cookies, all that good stuff. Is he gonna make me work out 7 days a week with 2 hours of cardio? Am I gonna have to follow a super strict meal plan where I have no choice over it?
He came to me 15 pounds overweight, exhausted, and mentally checked out. Now he is lean and confident and shows up as a leader for both his friends and his family members. And he did that all without doing a single form of cardio.
It turned out to be a lot better than I thought. You get to choose everything. Cohnan will help you with the workouts. You get to choose the foods that you eat, obviously within reason. You don't want to be eating cookies all day. It's super flexible, and I've been able to lose about a pound per week for the last 2 months since joining, very enjoyably. I go out to eat 3 times a week, which thankfully Cohnan provides resources on how to do that. If you don't know how to count calories, it makes it super easy. I still eat pizza, burgers, ice cream sometimes.
So I'm going to walk you through exactly why Reagan wasn't losing weight before, the 3-part strategy we used to help him lose 15 pounds of fat, and why cardio isn't the solution most guys think it is. And we'll break this down into 3 different chapters. Number 1, Reagan's before, where he was stuck. Number 2, the method, how we got him results without doing cardio. And number 3 is the lesson, what you can apply today. Chapter 1, where Reagan started. Reagan's story is probably your story. He was in phenomenal shape back in high school, but as soon as he graduated high school, things went south. He started working full-time, he had more responsibilities, life got busy, and he completely just stopped training. Started skipping meals and then binged late at night. He thought being tired all the time was just part of being an adult. So when he came to me, he was 15 pounds overweight, eating quote-unquote healthy, but never tracking his food, doing random workouts, if any, and frustrated because nothing was working. And his biggest fear, that this was just how life was supposed to be. Low energy, low confidence, and constantly exhausted. Chapter 2, the Barbarian Method. Step 1, we ditched cardio completely. Most coaches slap on 30 minutes of extra cardio on the treadmill in one day. And now I didn't. Why, you may ask? Because cardio is not necessary for fat loss. A calorie deficit is. And cardio can often increase your hunger and fatigue, which is not ideal when you're already busy and under-recovered. So instead, we focused on his NEAT, which stands for his non-exercise activity thermogenesis. So this could include any movement you do throughout the day that isn't considered as actual exercise. Whether it's walking daily, staying active, taking 10,000 steps a day, that is it. Step 2, we dialed in nutrition with ruthless simplicity. No keto, no cutting carbs, and no detox teas BS. Here's what Reagan's nutrition looked like. 3 very simple meals per day with no snacking. Roughly 150 grams of protein per day, using fruits and veggies as his main carb source, with 80% being whole foods and 20% being more processed. He tracked his food, he hit his numbers, and most importantly, he didn't lie to himself. We used the calorie tracking app to keep him accountable, and these were his results. He was in a consistent 500 calorie deficit per day with no guesswork. Step 3, we strength trained 4 times per week. Reagan wasn't in the gym for hours. We used a high efficiency training split, which focused on compound lifts, build muscle to keep his metabolism high, prioritizing form, effort, and intensity, and making sure that each session fit within his busy schedule. Now, the goal here wasn't to necessarily burn more calories during his workout. It was to build a body that burns more 24/7. A lot of people get this the other way around, where they neglect the weight training side of things and only prioritize cardio, which yes, absolutely, cardio is great to burn calories in that very moment. But then when you're done doing cardio, you're not going to be burning as many calories. Whereas the more muscle mass you have, the higher your metabolism will be, and therefore the more calories you will burn, not just during your workout, but then throughout the entire day. Step 4, data over drama.
My favorite part was that you would constantly check in with me, even when I would forget to text you about stuff, because obviously I have my own personal things going on that we don't discuss. Sometimes bad shit can happen, and so I don't really text that many people, but I like that you were just consistent with following up with me. But specifically you, I got messages from you, so that was really nice.
Most guys operate on feelings. I feel like I'm eating less. I feel like I'm working hard. None of that crap. We operate on data. Weekly check-ins, progress photos, food logs, and strength markers. Reagan checked in every single week week and we made data-driven adjustments. No guesswork, just results.
I've been able to lose a pound per week for the last 2 months very enjoyably. And that's what matters, because most programs out there, you'll receive a bunch of information. It's been enjoyable because Cohnan didn't really give me a bunch of information. I mean, he did. He taught me how to like maintain the habit for when I leave coaching, but he also texted me every single day. I thought he was going to kind of give me a bunch of information, maybe hand me off to some coach who didn't really care that much about my results and not really talk to me at all throughout the program. But he texted me every single day, always sent me reminders on what to do, always asked me how I was doing, and always gave me check-in videos to make sure that I was improving every single week.
Chapter 3, what you can learn from Reagan. If you're currently stuck right now, here's the harsh truth. You do not need more cardio. You do not need a new diet. You just need a system and the honesty to actually stick to it. Reagan lost 15 pounds by lifting weights 4 times a week, walking daily, eating for performance and not emotion, tracking his food like a savage, and more importantly, actually getting coached and not coddled.
Originally, I joined for, accountability. That was one of the bigger reasons too. And when I actually got the accountability from someone who I know is more knowledgeable than me about fitness, that's when I become humbled/coachable. And if someone who I know knows what they're talking about, and is specifically one-to-one, tells me yo, you're slacking off, try to focus on this more, I can see what you're doing wrong. It just validates your point.
And now he didn't just change his body, which yes, he did, but more importantly, he actually changed his identity, because far too often I see so many people try to rush the process of, hey Conan, how do I lose 10 pounds in 2 weeks, 20 pounds, 30 pounds? But unless you actually go through the experience of not only losing the weight, but then actually building the habits necessary to keep the weight off, you're just gonna regain all the weight back again, right? And so try not to lose the weight too quickly, because you're not gonna be able to actually build up the habits necessary to keep the weight off, and more importantly, really shift your identity, because you could have 6-pack abs but then still have the identity of a 300 pounds overweight obese person, and more than likely you're just going to return back to that older identity. Whereas if you take your time with this, your identity will change with that as well, and then over time not only will you see the results you're looking for, as your identity shifts as well, you'll be able to maintain those results as well. Now if you're watching this and thinking to yourself, yeah, but my situation, it's different, funnily enough, that's exactly what Reagan told himself as well. We all think that we're this special snowflake, that calories don't apply to me, thermodynamics don't count, no, I'm special, I'm magical for some reason. But trust me, we've coached hundreds of men and the same principles apply. Whether you're male, female, 30 pounds overweight, 50 pounds overweight, this still works. So please view Reagan as proof that this is possible for you too, even with a full-time job and no time for cardio.
If you're someone who's struggling with your fitness goals, whether it's to lose weight, whether it's to build muscle, whether it's to build healthy eating habits like I needed to do, whether it's to improve your relationship with food, increase your energy, whatever the case may be, Conan's pretty much a jack of all trades. He knows how to do all of it, and he seriously helped me with my fitness goals. Thank you, Conan. Have a good one.
So if this video resonated with you and you want to figure out how many calories you need to eat per day in order to lose body fat, go watch this video right over here.